Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Well, hello there, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
Woohoo! Hey, everybody. I'm still a little sleepy this morning, so we'll see how things go.
You are. Shoot, I didn't go to bed till midnight, and that's pretty late for me. Part of the reason is because I got kind of hooked on some stupid game on my phone, and I couldn't put it down.
What game is it?
I don't know. It's kind of like it's a wannabe Tetris. It's not really Tetris.
Oh, okay, sure.
I wish it was really Tetris because I would have liked it a lot better. But I kept going. I can beat the score. I can beat the score. I can beat the score. And I couldn't put the stupid thing. Next thing I know, it's midnight, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. And then I got up at 5 a.m. So.
Right. So Kelly plays Heyday. It's a game. It's like a little farm. You have this little farm.
Oh, okay. Like Farmville or
yes. Yeah. And she's been playing it for years. And at night I'm like, honey, put it away because you will stay up.
Yep.
Well, to everybody, today we are not talking game apps that you can get on Google or the App Store. Excuse me. So as you can tell from our thumbnail, we are going to be talking about the Disney Plus show, The Santa Clauses. So I am interested in having this conversation with Mike today about the show. I enjoyed the movies and, for what they were, just fun Christmas movies and stuff. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm interested in getting your take on the series. Well, before we get there, everybody, I just want to share with you real quick, before we get into our news and our Geekdar, about our sponsor. I don't want to forget today. If you go to www.audibletrial.com/2geeks, audibletrial.com/2geeks, TWOGEKS, we're a sponsorship with Audible. Now, if you like to read books, awesome. If you like to listen to audiobooks, that's even much more better because you can get a free 30-day trial by going to our link to pick out an Audible audiobook of your choice to listen to try out Audible. I've been with Audible for years. I've got over 140 books in my audiobooks in my library, and I love it. So you can get stuff from mysteries to thrillers to self-help to religious books to business books to the latest fiction books. I mean, it's just incredible. And plus, there's also Audible Plus catalog, which is a whole bunch of free audio books that you can add. Some classics and Audible only are available as well. So anyway, please check it out. When you do a free trial, it does help us as a show. It does help us support us. But after you do your trial, if you decide to continue on, it is it's like $14.99 a month plus tax if you have tax. I keep forgetting to say plus tax because here in Montana we don't have sales tax, so it's kind of nice. So anyway, check it out right now. I've been trying to get through Atomic Habits. It's just time. Usually I listen to while I'm at work, but you can listen to it in the car through the Audible app on your phone as well. So it is pretty nifty.
What is Atomic Habits?
Atomic Habits is about how to set up habits in your own daily life to help you
Oh,
be more productive and stuff. It gives you some of the science behind it, as well as some strategies to help you develop good daily habits for productivity. So, yeah.
here I was thinking of some kind of epic science fiction novel.
Right? Yes. Right. No,
I
it's
mean,
one of
the
those.
title sounds like it.
It's one of those self-improvement ones. So, hey, everybody, be sure to check it out at audibletrial.com/2geeks. It really does help support us, and we just appreciate the support. All right. Well, Mike, what's the old game plan for the day? All right, everybody, I'm just kind of poking the bear here real quick. We've got some news, and I can't wait to hear about. And I may have to forego my geekdar to give more time to our news. So, Mike, why don't you start us off and introduce us to kind of what's in our geeky news?
Okay, so to start off our geeky news, um, if you all remember, back a few weeks back, we did our review of the Black Adam movie, which I still stand by my ratings of Black Adam. In fact, I rewatched it last night because it was on HBO Max. It is
Right.
streaming on HBO Max. Everyone go flood freaking HBO Max and just watch the crap out of Black Adam just to prove this junk wrong that this movie is. Um,
Okay. I got
because
an update.
I
Go ahead.
really enjoyed this movie. I
Oh,
thought,
Black Adam was
yeah,
fun.
it's a fantastic movie. I thought
Yeah.
we were moving into possibly the building of the Justice Society out of that movie, but
Mhm.
obviously that's not going to happen because we just got information this past week that good old James Gunn, who all of us DC fans were thinking is going to be our DC savior,
Right.
and now I'm starting to wonder if he's a savior or if he's a plant from Marvel. Uh, Kevin, Kevin Feige planted him over here to single handedly destroy the DC universe even more than it already is.
Right.
So we had the announcement with Black Adam that Henry Cavill was back in the cape as
Mhm.
Superman, and he made his appearance. And in the theater I saw it in, we all cheered. Everyone was thrilled that Henry Cavill is back. Well, now
Yes.
this week, James Gunn has fired Henry Cavill. He is no longer going to be the Superman of the DCU.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Big sigh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if this is good or not. Okay. All right, I get James Gunn wants to start over. He wants to start fresh. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Who wants to start fresh? James Gunn wants to start fresh?
Yeah, well, and I have questions about that too. Does
You
this
have some
mean that does
questions.
this mean that he's canning the Suicide Squad? Does this mean that he's canning Peacemaker? Because guess what? Peacemaker was in the Zack Snyder Justice League universe. They made an appearance at the end of it.
Mhm.
So is he canning his own stuff? Is he going to get rid of that? You know, he claims that Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Harley Quinn are his top priorities for rebuilding the DCU. Well, you just can probably the greatest Superman we've had since Christopher Reeve, in my opinion. Um, he axed Wonder Woman 3. Okay, fine. He's axed what else did he axe? Wonder Woman 3 and something else. I can't think of it. Well, what? What?
Aquaman.
No,
Or
Aquaman 2 is still happening. But we
but
found
he
out
canned any other. He officially canned any other chance of like a third one.
well yeah, that's because I think we're pretty sure that Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo in the new DCU, which is about the only decision he's made I actually agree with at this
I
moment.
don't until they start production and they're in it, I won't believe it.
Well, we don't know if this is actually happening or not.
Yeah.
For all we know, Jason Momoa is done too. you know. So
Right.
okay, all right. So he wants to
Do we have
use
a beeper? Do we have a beep? We don't have a beep, do we?
a beep.
Beeper.
Oh, you mean for
Yeah,
curse
because when
words?
I start talking, you might as well just start using the beep.
Oh wow. No, I
Beep.
don't
But
have it.
anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, no, continue on. Continue on. I'm sorry. I just
So James Gunn
sorry.
wants to restart the DC universe with the Flash movie. I get it. I get it. In fact, the Flashpoint is where you want to do that at. I understand that.
And you could do that, sure.
And
Okay.
theoretically, you could do that using the same actors still. You don't have to change actors. Now, he's claiming that he wants to go forward with Superman, but his priority is we're going to go with a younger Superman. Okay, you know what? I had enough of Batman's origin. I don't need to see Superman's
Agreed.
origin. I know Superman came from Krypton. I know Krypton blew up. I know he was raised by the Kents. I know all this. I don't need to see another retelling of that. So if you're going to do that again, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not watching it. Nope.
And you already got him growing up on the farm from
Well, we've gotten it in Smallville. We got it in Man of Steel. They had a little bit of it even in Man of Steel. We got it in Superman 1 in the
Right.
Christopher
Right.
Reeve. We've been told this story many times. I don't need it. I do
Right.
not need it. So
Yeah. Hey, Brian. Thanks for joining in. Strap in.
yeah, I'm ranting. I'm ranting. I
we are
confused
just
chicks.
getting started.
I don't understand what his moves are. He needs to do something quick to gain the trust of DC fans because I think he's losing our trust. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to do something fast.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Because I'm already seeing stuff online that DC fans are calling for him to be fired.
It's too soon. Even though I totally disagree with him in
I know,
this,
but I'm saying if he wants to gain the trust of the DC fans, he's got to do something quick.
Yeah.
He has to do something. He has to make a move.
Okay.
So far, all he's done is fire people. He hasn't done anything.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. Technically, on that, it's executive prerogative. But I'll I'll let you finish your thoughts. So yeah.
No, go ahead. What's your butt?
Oh no. But he's making a big mistake.
I think he's making a huge mistake.
How shall I say this? I got like this little volcano inside me that's just about to explode. Hey, Sage. Sage Page Omega's in the house.
Let it go. I was letting it go. So go ahead.
This is the most asinine thing that someone can do, coming in and not listening to the fans, particularly. Henry Cavill has not gotten a fair shake at all about his own series. They've been pushing off Man of Steel 2. People have been begging for it. Man of Steel 1, I enjoyed. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a great telling of the story. We got kind of like Superman 2 redone, kind of a thing. Here's Zod, which I thought was great. I appreciate that.
Oh, Zod was amazing in that movie.
Zod was great. What's his name? Michael. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
all of a sudden. Oh man, Brian, if you're still here, Michael? What was the guy's name that played Zod? It's gonna drive me crazy. Anyway, as a Sage Page, as hopefully a Marvel fan, I told you guys. We got to post that. Sage Page. As a hopefully Marvel fan, I told you guys DC stands for Destructive Company. Yes. Once again, it shows that Warner Brothers does not know what in the beepity beep 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 they're doing. Because here, oh yeah, Henry, go ahead. Michael Shannon, perfect. Thank you.
Zod, and he was.
So it's the whole thing of. Yeah, go ahead, Henry. Let everybody know on your social media that you're coming back as Superman, kind of a thing. And, because.
Well, now that was before James Gunn got the job, too.
Agreed.
So, I mean, we can't really blame James Gunn for that particular thing. But they did make a big deal of it, and all of us fans accepted it, and we're excited. And now we just got the rug pulled out from underneath our feet. Or should I say we got the cape pulled out from underneath us?
Right, but so I
Right.
think the whole issue is that with making this decision, they still don't know what they're doing. And I
Great.
dare say, even I don't think James Gunn knows what he's doing. James Gunn is a good director, don't get me wrong, but can he run a studio?
Well, let me.
Again, it's over and over. No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, no, no. I was just.
This whole thing is they're like they can't make up their minds. They can't make up their, and it's always they're not listening to the fans. Never have they listened to fans. No, we're going to continue to do our own thing, and we're saying, please, we want to continue with us. Let's give you this. Let's yeah, just give us Henry Cavill. We wanted him as Superman and stuff. So yeah, okay, rant over. I'll stop. I'll pause. Go for it.
All I wanted to say was when you said that James Gunn is a excellent director, but you don't know if he can run a studio. It goes back to what I said last week. Sometimes a player does not make a good coach. Just because you
Ooh,
may
I like
be
that.
the greatest player to ever play the game doesn't mean you can coach.
Correct.
And I'm starting to think James Gunn falls. I don't know. We haven't seen him do anything again.
Right.
Other than fire people.
Well, I think
that's the only thing we've seen happen.
Yeah. Well, you get our hopes up.
Where's all these great ideas? Where are they at? Because we haven't heard one.
Well,
not one.
Yes, that's correct. I think it's one thing to say, "Hey, this is where we're headed," and then you replace it, but you better tell us what you're replacing it with. Like, we're going to go in a different direction. Okay, fine. Give us. I mean, this is a big deal to me personally, the whole thing with Henry Cavill, because this is what the fans have wanted, and now we've just poo-pooed in your face again. It's Warner Brothers leaning over and says, crap.
I have no problem with you wanting to go in a different direction. Okay, you're not going the Zack Snyder route. Fine.
Give us the vision of what you're going to do.
I would have loved to have seen that played out, though, but don't get me wrong. But you want to go in another direction. I don't have a problem with that. The Flashpoint, well, technically the movie's not Flashpoint, but they're using it as Flashpoint to start up a new DCU.
Well, they got to make some money off of that, because
I don't think you're going to make anything off of it. I think it's going to be a flop.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is going to fall apart.
Yep. So Sage says this: they keep Ezra Flash movie, but they get rid of everything else worth anything in DC, and then they wonder why Marvel is and will be number one. Every time they get an ounce of direction, then they massively swerve off course. It's so pathetic. DC do better. Yeah, it's like they have ADD. They can't stick with it. Yeah, kind of a thing.
And it doesn't matter who you put in charge over there. They're clueless. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm done. I will go off forever if I can.
I'm not done. I'm not done. I got one last thing to say.
Okay.
I canceled HBO Max.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Well, dang it. You should have watched Black Adam before you did.
Well, I still have a week left. You pay for a month in advance, so I still have a week.
Well, go watch Black Adam.
I will. I'll watch Black Adam. I enjoyed that movie.
Give that movie some love, because, man, I still think it's a great movie. Black Adam was a fantastic character. Dr. Fate was incredible.
He was great.
Honestly, Dr. Fate was the best thing in that movie. Hawkman was really good. I enjoyed Atom Smasher. I even enjoyed Cyclone, and I didn't think I was going to.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great movie. I loved it. And I thought it had the makings of a good possible jump off for the Justice Society. But obviously, he's canned all of that. That can't happen now. And it ticks me off.
Yeah. Because it wasn't his call. It's one thing leadership. We'll see what he does. Peacemaker was okay. Suicide Squad was
Suicide
okay.
Squad 2 was great. I love Suicide Squad 2.
It was okay. It was okay.
Way better than the first Suicide Squad. Much more better.
There you go. Yes. But if that's what he's going to give us, if he gives us Peacemaker style stuff, I'm out. Because maybe that's a different thing. And the concept behind Peacemaker was great, but it just wasn't, one, family friendly. Two, it was gruff, a little overboard in my opinion. But I didn't
play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of DC material is family friendly. It's not.
Well, Right.
Not all of it is.
Well, it's
Some of it.
dark in some ways, but it never that the films have always been dark, but they didn't need to be.
The
I
comic
mean,
books get very dark too.
yeah, but there's ways of it. Yeah. Well, in some ways they can, in some they are. So anyway, my point being is with this decision being, yeah, I thought Henry Cavill was gracious in his Instagram posts about it.
Okay. Yeah. So now we have to talk about
changing of the guard.
Well, no, we discussed it. Never mind. I was like, we had to talk about the other elephant in the room, but we already did because James Gunn claimed that he was wanting to go a different route and go younger Superman. So,
Right.
but then there's this thing he said. Oh, but there might be other possibilities to work with Henry Cavill as a different character. No one wants to see Henry Cavill in DC as a different character. We all want him as Superman.
That's correct. Yeah,
we all want our Man of Steel.
Yeah, he's just trying to save face. And
I think that's what he's doing.
Here's the other. I didn't get a chance to give my opinion about the whole thing on younger Superman. We've been there, done that.
Yep.
I don't want that.
I
want to see Superman fully powered, fully, take on big baddies that we have not really had the chance to see.
I don't need to see him learning his powers again. I've already seen it.
I've been there, done that. Yeah. It's done. I don't want to see it.
You going to give us something new, or are you just going to repeat everything that they've done in the past?
Right.
Sounds like you're just going to repeat everything they've done in the past.
Right. All
right, let's move on because I'm just getting angry now. All right, so let's move on to a more fun topic.
Right.
Well, you don't need that, Private. We're right here. Now, what is it? Now, what is it?
I'm having trouble with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'm foregoing mine because of time. I'm foregoing my geekdar, so you go for it.
Mine's not going to take a whole lot of time. It's a little different today. I've been obsessing over camping videos lately because my wife and I just bought a camper. So
okay.
So the two of us are really chomping at the bit, and we're ready to go camping. And of course, we can't go camping until after the winter and all this stuff. So
okay,
the two of us are just watching all kinds of camping videos. Well, I last week I discovered this guy, and this is so much fun. He does what he calls stealth camping. His name is Steve.
Stealth camping.
Yeah, stealth camping. His name, I think, is Steve Wallace, I think. Anyway, he lives in Canada. And the first one that I saw with him was he was going to camp off of the side of a interstate intersection, like where you enter the interstate. You know how a lot of them have like a little wooded area next to it. So he's going to camp in that little wooded area. I was like, what the heck? This guy's nuts. So it intrigued me. And sure enough, that's what he does. He calls it stealth camping because, technically you're not supposed to be camping. Most of these places that he stealth camps are in spots that he really shouldn't be camping at, and it's basically, I want to see if I can get away with it. That kind of thing. And he only stays a night, he does one night and everything, and rain or shine, he camps. And it's great. It is so interesting and so weird. One of them, he camped behind a Lowe's store, Lowe's home, like Home Depot, that kind of thing. He camped in a little wooded area behind Lowe's. He camped behind a police station.
Oh, that's edgy.
Oh no, it gets better because he always has subscribers, and those who contribute, the money that he gets from the contributions go to either his camping gear or what he calls his step 2 fund. Step 2 is a beer. So he's always got to have a beer. Once he gets set up, step 1 is setting up. Step 2 is I got to have a beer. So he's behind a police station and he cracks open a beer. That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, the guy is great. I love it. Now, unfortunately, we were watching one, and he kept talking about going through grief. And Brenda's like, "Wait a minute, what happened to him?" And apparently, his wife just passed away a few months ago in her sleep, of all things. He made the comment that he and her had went to bed, and next morning he woke up and she didn't. So it kind of took a little bit of a downfall there, but now he's deciding that he's probably not going to stealth camp so much, that he's going to do a little bit more regular camping, closer to what I would do, a little bit more. So, but he's still got some intriguing stuff, and like he bought a little small mini bus that he's kind of converting into a camper and using that and that kind of thing. And yeah, so that's my geekdar. Stealth camping. Steve Wallace, I believe is his name. He's on YouTube. He's got tons of videos. He's been doing it for about 3 years now. If you're into that kind of stuff, go check out his channel and go like him, because he's a lot of fun. He's goofy as all get out, but he's a lot of fun. So that's
fun. That's funny. The only thing I have that realistically is the things coming up that I didn't catch the latest episode of Willow. I'm watching the Willow series kind of things.
Started.
That's okay. And then the new National Treasure on Disney Plus popped up. So the first 2 episodes, I think, popped up. So I was going to try to watch those too.
Oh, you haven't watched them yet, though?
I have not watched them yet.
I've been. I don't know how I feel about this. I like the original National Treasure. I think that's great.
The first one was fun. It was really good.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just don't know about this new one. I don't know. Anyway,
right.
All right,
we'll find out. Ready? Yeah, let's do this. It's time for the main event. Dun, 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 dun. All right, everybody, here we go. We're 27 minutes in. All
bad.
Right. I ranted a little longer. Sorry, you guys.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's just a half hour for our main topic. We're good. We're good.
All right. So now, everybody, let's discuss the Santa Clauses. All right. Real quick overview, everybody. Santa Clauses is kind of the Disney Plus series, continuing on the story of Scott Calvin, played by Tim Allen, as Santa Claus, again with Elizabeth Mitchell coming in as Mrs. Claus that was the second one, right? The Mrs. Claus was number 2. So the Santa Claus.
Second one being my least favorite of the 3.
Oh, really?
Not because of her. She was great. She was fantastic. But I hate the whole fake Santa Claus and
that old stuff. Yeah, that was redonkulous.
Terrible.
That part was terrible. Yes. Yeah. So I did enjoy the whole aspect of trying to find a Mrs. Claus in that whole story. That was my favorite part of number 2. So
that was fine.
I agree with you. The whole, once again, Santa Claus is killing. This Santa Claus is destroying Christmas, whatever. Then 3, Martin Short. I don't remember that one. Maybe I blocked it out.
I love it. I love 3. I think 3 is great. Now it's not as good.
As Martin Short. I just don't remember it.
Martin Short, he was Jack Frost.
Right.
He was trying to take over as Santa Claus, and
I
loved it. I thought that was a great movie. Again, not as good as the first one. None of them compare to the first one. The first one is the best, hands down. In fact, we rewatched the first one after we watched the last episode of Santa Clauses.
Yeah. So here we're continuing the stories. He's on the brink of, quote unquote, his 65th birthday. And realizing that he can't be Santa forever, Scott sets out to find a suitable replacement Santa while preparing his family for a new adventure in life south of the pole. So the 6th episode just came out a couple of days ago. So we thought, okay, let's do the whole series, continue with our Christmas theme and stuff. So, all right, Mike, what is your? I just gave the overview. So, what's your review overview, your score, and what should we use as our marker this time?
Oh well,
Scale.
let's. I mean, they weren't really prominent in this series. I was gonna say we could use the crystal balls,
Sure.
Okay, snowballs, whatever.
The snow globes or the Christmas globe, the one that had the dark spot. Oh no, Christmas is gonna be.
Oh yeah, there we go. The Christmas globe. I like that.
The Christmas globe. Okay.
All right. So I again, I'm a big fan of the original movie, 1994, The Santa Claus.
Okay.
Fantastic movie. Probably one of the best tellings of the Santa Claus lore that I've ever seen in my life. We watch this every year in my house. I'm a big fan of Tim Allen. I've always liked him. Man, I watched him as a stand-up comic before Home Improvement. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm a big fan of Tim Allen. I really, really enjoy that movie. Second movie, not so great, is just okay. Third movie, you got the addition of Martin Short, who I think is a fantastic physical comedian. Does such a great job. I think that's a great movie too. TV series. It was fun.
Okay.
I would not say as good as the first or third movie. I will put it above the second movie though.
Okay. Okay.
So it's in between. It's just in between, you know. There's some really fun stuff. I enjoyed adding to the lore because they added a little bit more to the lore in this one. I like that. I like that we saw different eras of Santa Clauses. That was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Including Krampus.
Right.
That was interesting. So I like that. There's some plot holes in this thing though.
Right.
When the heck did he get 2 kids?
She was
Right.
pregnant in the third one.
Yeah, but the third one was 2006. So I mean, the one kid, I don't know if the math works out, but I don't know. Yeah, I struggled with the kids. I mean, the kids were okay. I didn't mind them; they were fine.
Mhm.
The boy Cal, he was a little dumb, but it was okay. It was just all right. And I did like the addition of a couple of the elves. I like Betty a lot. She was a fun character, and Noel was fun. He got a little annoying sometimes. And then there was that other elf, the one who was always angry. Is it Gary? I think it's Gary. He was kind of fun in the beginning, but I got annoyed with him. So with that said, I think I will give this 7 Christmas globes out of 10. 7.
Okay, 7 Christmas globes out of 10. I enjoyed it. If I take off a point for every Steven skip I did, I'd probably be in the negatives. I think it started off fine. It was interesting. I didn't like the whole story with the new Santa Claus. Again, kind of like the same thing with number 2. I was like, I could do without that.
I hated him. I absolutely hated him.
Yeah, I didn't like it. So we could skip through that. Anytime he was on screen, I skipped through it. I was like, whatever, move on. And then, but
you missed half the story then. Because the whole story was about him taking over, and you missed half the story.
Yeah,
I don't like him, but it's half the story.
It's just a third of the story.
So it's more than a third.
So I watched all of the 5th one and all of the 6th episode because really I thought this is a better movie than anything else, kind of a thing. Not a whole series. So, but granted, each episode was only like half an hour, which was nice. So, yeah, so I'd agree with you. I'd give it 7 out of 10. Would I rewatch it? I would rewatch the 5th and 6th episodes. Hands down. I'd rewatch those because I agree with you. The best part of the whole series was, well, we already said it. Spoilers, everybody. Sorry, but he meets all the other Santas.
Yeah, that was the highlight of the whole thing.
And I thought story-wise, they did a really nice job of tying in how he became Santa, that it wasn't just an accident.
So
and I thought that was neat.
I want to get into that, but
okay, yeah. So I thought I would say the 5th episode is my favorite. The 6th episode is my second favorite, and I enjoy it. But I'll give it 7 out of 10. Was it worth seeing? Oh, wow. Yeah, because I like the Santa Clauses. I like Tim Allen. I like the cast and stuff. There were some annoying characters, like you said, that I was like, come on, move along, kind of a thing. So yeah, Matt. Hey, dude.
Welcome to the party, Matt.
Welcome. It has been a while.
So, we can get into spoiler territory now.
Even though we've kind of spoiled it already.
Well, yeah, we did say that. We just said that. I did say that Krampus, as Megan will correct me on. It's spelled Krampus, so.
Yeah, well, it's a different language.
No, I'm saying it in English. Sorry.
I'd give it my English twang. That there is Krampus with the horns. He did something different this year with his horns.
I was eating my corn and watching Krampus. How's that? No, I mean it's a fun series. But yeah, I would not watch this every year. There's no way. First of all, I'm not going to sit and watch an entire series for every Christmas,
Ooh, there's a great question for you. We'll have to go back to what are Christmas movies you watch every year?
Oh yeah. Well, maybe we can get into that a little bit today. But yeah,
I may. Oh, never mind. I'd have people put it in the chat. Say, hey, what Christmas movie do you watch every year?
Do that. Put your favorite Christmas movie in the chat.
If you watch it every year, what's one that you watch every year? I know.
That would.
Yeah, we have a list of ones that we watch every year.
I try to.
Again, it's a fun little series. It's definitely worth watching once if you're a fan of the Santa Claus.
Right.
But yeah, I would not watch this over and over again. There's just no way. Now, I heard that there's going to be a season 2 of it. And
really?
I would watch a season 2 if it came, if it got a second season. I would watch it just to see where they're going to go with the story.
My assumption would be it's delving more into the kids learning
probably
how to be Santa together.
Probably. Now, I got to say, my biggest issue was Charlie should be Santa Claus. Because if it wasn't for Charlie, he wouldn't be Santa Claus. And I didn't like the fact that they brought in 2 brand new kids, and then maybe it's because the guy that plays Charlie, maybe he's just, I don't know if he's done anything beyond the Santa Claus movies. I don't know how his acting careers went, and maybe that has something to do with it. But come on, Charlie should be Santa Claus. He even says at the end of Santa Claus, I'm going into the family business. Because Neil's like, you'll make a great psychiatrist one day. No, I think I'm going to go into the family business.
Right.
And I love that. I always did. So, but yeah, we rewatched the original after we finished watching the last episode, and it was kind of fun going back and rewatching the original because, they state in this series that this was all planned, that he's actually the first quote unquote human Santa. Everybody else has had like powers and something like that. He's the first normie Santa Claus.
Normie, I got you.
And I'm sitting there going, okay, that's a little weird, but we rewatched the first one, so the scene where um in the very beginning, okay, and there's kind of this hullabaloo going around the Calvin house and everything, and you see all these elves in interspersed with the children throughout the scene,
Yeah.
and it's like, wait a minute, this is like before he actually becomes Santa Claus, and the elves are already there. Why would they be there if this was all just by accident?
I think there's also one in the Denny's.
Was there one in the Denny's? Oh, I
didn't catch it on this rewatch, but I've seen people talk about
that. Would be interesting.
There being at least one in the Denny's.
So, I mean, there were things that happened in the original film that went, oh, wow, that actually ties in with this, that it actually works. And I was pretty shocked by that. I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting.
It also makes sense of them all ignoring when it comes to like the next year after he puts this suit on and when he actually embraces being Santa and he just keeps going, what if I fall off a roof?
That's true.
They just keep ignoring him.
That is true. Yeah, they do that because he's just constant. He's he's stuck on that. Well, what if I fall off the roof?
What if I fall off a roof?
Right.
We have flame retardant suits that you can wear. Great. What do I do if I fall off a roof? He's not worried about getting burned by fireplaces.
Right.
Apparently, he hasn't gone down Bubba J's chimney yet from Jeff Dunham. Because Bubba J set him on fire. So,
speaking of different plot things that they didn't flesh out, was the whole thing. They were starting to make this big thing about the Mrs. Claus or Miss Claus. Who's Mrs. Claus? Who's all the Miss Clauses in the past and all that kind of a thing. And then made this whole big thing of nobody knows Miss Claus, Mrs. Claus. I'm like, well, you've kind of already alluded to it. Why have you not,
I think we figured it out as it went on. I think there
never was. There
never was a Mrs. Claus. She's the first.
Right.
And
right.
I think the whole idea of he had to get a Mrs. Claus was because they knew that he was human and he kind of needed that, he needed that human connection and support and so on and so forth.
Well, it was also to pass the mantle.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Also that. Mm-hmm.
But then why is Betty so focused on we've got to find a replacement then?
I think that's because she wasn't one of the original elves there.
That was the only thing I didn't like about her character. The only thing I didn't like about her. Other than that, I thought she was great.
Or she could have been focusing on that because that's what he was focused on, and he didn't take it, like, he didn't really think about passing it on to his kids. He was more focused on finding somebody completely different to replace him. And so she could have just been like, all right, fine, I guess that's the way we're going with it.
Yeah, but his replacement sucked. He was terrible. And this whole idea of Christmas every day, it was like, oh my God, this is terrible. I just,
right. Well,
I absolutely hated that.
It was the whole thing of giving. It's all about giving, not getting,
yeah,
kind of a thing.
Well, it's Christmas turned into Amazon is what it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And this guy sucks. Jack Frost would make a better Santa Claus than he would.
Well, they got to have tension in the story somehow.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, you skipped half the story, so.
I still watched parts of it.
What, 5 minutes? 5 minutes out of what, 6 episodes?
So, no, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. So yeah. So
no, I'm messing with you.
Yeah. So it was. I would say my favorite parts were going into the Yule verse. And I loved how I was like, don't call it that.
Great. That was great. And I liked the Yule verse, by the way.
Right.
I thought it was great.
I love how they were naming it and stuff. That was actually kind of fun. But the opportunity to see the other Santas and Krampus
and the Santa before him.
And the Santa before him. Yeah.
Yeah, that was neat.
It was neat.
And we got the story of why Scott Calvin was actually chosen. I thought that was a heartwarming little story. It was fun.
It was. Yeah.
Fun addition to the lore. So
yeah.
You know,
the question is, could you skip episodes 1 through 4, pick up at 5 and 6 and be totally fine?
No, you gotta at least watch one. You gotta at least watch the first episode. Or you have no premises if you don't watch the first episode.
Right. Real quick, Matt says, it should have been the SCU, the Santa Claus universe.
Right now, it's better than the DCU. Oh wait, sorry, I don't want to get back into that one.
Right. Oh my goodness, that's.
I don't know. I like the Yuleverse. I thought it was funny. I thought it was pretty good. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Overall, I think it was an enjoyable series. You know, not bad. If you're a fan of Santa Claus and you're a fan of Tim Allen, yeah, give it a shot. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's better than the second movie. The second movie's terrible.
Half of the movie was terrible. Other half was pretty good.
Okay, maybe 1/3 of the movie was good. There's a lot I could Steven skip in that movie. Every time the bad Santa is on, I could Steven skip that.
Yeah, agreed.
Crap.
Agreed.
And I hated it when the toy soldiers came out in this. I was like, oh no, are we going there?
They're bringing them back. Yeah, but we got a fun Mrs. Claus John Wick moment. I love how they were like, oh, yeah, with John Wick. I'm like, oh, you said John Wick, a rated R movie and a Disney Plus show.
Oh gosh. Oh my Lord. You know what? Deadpool's on Disney Plus now, so
right. Been better if you said Deadpool moment. Somebody went all Deadpool.
Could you imagine if they brought Deadpool into the Santa Claus?
Into the Santa Claus universe? You're on the naughty list.
That's all right. I've been there before.
Right.
It's not the first time. Look, as long as I don't end up on Violent Night's naughty list, we're good.
Right. Right.
I don't want to get killed. Cole's okay. I don't want to get killed.
Right.
Or Cole put up my, All right.
Oh, goodness.
So you know what? I think the idea of talking about our top Christmas movies is a good idea. How about the top 5? Top 5 Christmas movies.
Ooh. Okay. Top 5. Give me just a second. I need the Jeopardy theme playing.
I don't
real
have
quick.
Do.
Right.
Do. Bum. How's that?
All right. So top 5. I've got 2. Well, the Santa Claus, the first one is the Santa. Yeah, is one of them.
Okay. The Santa Claus would be on mine too.
That would be on my top 5. I did put in the comments. I went to my Facebook page and did that one. That was Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I have never actually watched that movie.
I want to. How shall I say this? I used to manage a KB Toys years ago. It was my first management job, and
you didn't get me any discounts either, dude.
Yeah, I didn't.
Man, some friend you are.
I know, right? And that experience in Jingle All the Way is totally happens at toy stores at that time. It was so I watch it every year. Plus, I love the heartfelt thing, and she's like at the end where he's like, "Don't you want the toy? I don't need the toy when I've got my dad." I love that. That's Jake Lloyd, everybody, in one of his early roles and stuff.
Oh,
But
was that Jake Lloyd?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So
Yeah.
does he say yippee?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to watch it again to see. But Arnold Schwarzenegger's hysterical in it. It's really good. So I would say that one. But my all-time favorite.
Oh, wait a minute. Go through your
Okay.
top 5.
All right, still working through them. So I told you Jingle All the Way, Santa Claus. Do a couple of years, and I'll
all right. So I will go number 5 on my list. I will go. Really, it's my wife's favorite Christmas movie, and that would be the original. 1934, Megan? No, 47, 1947. I think 47. We'll go with 47. Miracle on 34th Street, the original one. That is my wife's favorite Christmas movie, so we try to watch that every year. So I will go number 5 on that one. Number 5.
Okay. Number 5. I don't have them. I'm not that up to date on saying, or I don't. Which ones? Let me see here.
Number 1's easy.
Your number 1 is easy.
Yeah, my number 1's easy.
Let's see. Oh, I know which one you're probably gonna pick. Oh, Christmas Story. The Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. That I always do that one. I watch that every year, I think.
The funny thing about that one is I had never seen that movie until Megan?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that the other day.
I think you were in. I don't think you were in high school yet, were you?
No, I think it was middle school.
Megan was in middle school, and I still hadn't watched the movie.
8th grade.
And Megan wanted to watch it, so the two of us watched it together. And that is the only time I've ever watched that movie.
I wanted to watch it because we went and watched it at the Fox Theater for school.
Ah, okay, all right.
Oh, neat.
And I was like, everybody knows the story. I don't know this story because I've never seen it. I'm like, I want to watch it before I go see it because otherwise I'm sitting here out of the loop. Like, I knew the leg lamp thing, and I knew.
Well, everybody knows that,
right? You know the leg lamp. You'll shoot your eye out,
kid.
And the kid getting his tongue stuck on the pole.
So yeah, that's just one that I don't watch, and I think it's one of those ones, everybody in the world watches it, so I don't.
Okay, sure.
But I did enjoy it more than I thought I was going to. Let's just
okay.
Okay.
Violent Night has become one of my top movies. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I agree. Violent Night will be on my list, but I can't count it yet because that's not available to watch all the time. So,
oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay. Well, I'll figure out something. So,
when we do this next year,
right.
Then we can throw Violent Night on there. But
right.
I agree with you. Violent Night was fun, and I want to watch that every year. It's got the rotation.
Yep. And then Die Hard. I include Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I love it.
Nice. Okay.
I know.
So next I would say, I've said it before. I'm a big fan of just about any Christmas Carol interpretation. Scrooge.
Oh yeah.
Because I am a big fan of that story. So one of my all-time favorites, and not a lot of people are going to know this.
Oh.
But and it was my mom's favorite Christmas movie. So it's got a special place in my heart, and it's kind of hard to find. But it is called An American Christmas Carol, starring Henry Winkler not as Scrooge, but in the Scrooge role. The character is Mr. Stone. He plays Stone in this, and it's more around the Great Depression era in America. So I think it's a great retelling of the classic Christmas Carol in a little bit more of an American take. So that's on my my list. That's one.
So
of my
what's the name of it again? I'm trying to look it up.
It's called An American Christmas Carol.
Oh, 1979.
Yep, with Henry Winkler. I think it was like a Hallmark special thing. At the time, one of those special presentations. But you can still find it. I actually have it on DVD. Brenna found it for me a few years ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But
Henry Winkler as Benedict Slade.
Benedict Slade. That's it. Yep, Benedict Slade.
Okay.
I thought I said Stone earlier. It's Slade though.
That's okay.
I should have realized Slade Wilson, Deathstroke. How I should have put that together, but anyway.
That's all right.
So that's another one of my favorites.
Nice. Okay. Very cool. Yeah. So I think I named my 5.
Okay. Next up on the list would be probably the Muppets Christmas Carol.
I hear that's a good one. I think I've seen it. I just can't remember.
We actually watched it
My birthday.
I think last week. Oh, it was on your
No,
birthday.
we watched it on my birthday.
Yeah. I love the Muppets Christmas Carol.
'Cause that's
Michael
one of my
Caine
favorites.
plays Scrooge in that one.
Okay.
And then, it's got all the Muppet cast in it.
And Gonzo is Charles Dickens.
Gonzo's Charles Dickens.
Oh,
And
okay.
he and Rizzo the Rat are telling the story. And it is so funny. One of the best Christmas carols out there. Really, really good. I enjoy that one a lot. So then let's see. I would actually go the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Okay.
Love the Santa Claus. Think that's a fantastic film. But my number one all-time favorite Christmas movie ever is none other than Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
And Christmas
Vacation.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
You forgot.
So I have a trivia question for
Wait
you.
a minute. Megan's saying I forgot. What did I forget?
Bill Murray.
Oh,
Scrooged.
oh shoot,
How
you're right.
dare you?
Yeah,
forget
Scrooge is.
Scrooged.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we also watch Scrooge with Bill Murray every single year.
Every year. That's just age getting the best of
Wait a
you.
minute, is that one of ours? We're gonna get phone calls when he runs into death in the elevator. I love that. Oh my gosh. That's such a great movie. That is it. Sometimes it's hard between Scrooge and Christmas Vacation, but Christmas Vacation always comes on top because it's the best. Shitter's full. Merry Christmas. Okay, Megan, you said you had some.
Yeah.
Come on screen.
Yeah, if you're gonna do this, you gotta come on screen.
So I would go.
Whoa.
What?
We're getting an echo. You hear an echo, Steven?
No.
StreamYard decided to unmute my.
Okay,
mic.
there we go. Better.
Go for it.
I would go Nightmare Before Christmas.
Of course. I knew
Ooh,
that
good
was
one. Tim Burton. Yep.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
we got a funny story about Rudolph.
Yeah, I know you. I know you.
Okay.
The Santa Claus.
Okay.
My second is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Oh,
But and then my top one is more of
Drum roll. Go ahead.
because it's almost any version of Christmas Carol, but I have 3 sitting in the top, and that would be Scrooged, The Muppets Carol, Christmas Carol, and the 2022 Scrooge with Luke Evans as Ebenezer Scrooge.
oh,
I absolutely adore that movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good. I've watched it 3 times.
Wow.
Luke Evans.
Dang.
The funny thing is, I didn't like his voice for because he played Gaston in the live action Beauty and the Beast in 2019. I think that came out.
Oh, come on. It can't be better than Scrooged.
I didn't. No, I said those 3 are my.
Oh.
Because A Christmas Carol is my top
Okay.
in general, because
Yeah,
I
you're
just
like me.
adore the
You like,
Christmas
yeah.
Yeah, I
Carol.
was tracking with her.
both
Yeah.
love that. We both.
Oh,
love
so it's
that.
on Netflix.
Yeah, it's Netflix.
Okay, it's the Netflix
Um,
animated one. Okay.
But I didn't really like Luke Evans' voice for his singing for Gaston, but I love his singing in this. He has such a better voice for this.
So Theron put in Jingle All the Way, and Turbo Man is better than Batman.
That's
No,
right.
no, Theron, he's not. And he also put the Santa Claus.
Turbo Man.
You know, I will give an honorable mention to, and we don't watch it every year, but if we have more time, we should. Christmas with the Kringles. Or Christmas with the Cranks. That's it. Christmas with the Cranks.
Cranks. I haven't seen it.
That's a good one too.
Also honorable mentions, Frosty, all the Frosty movies, and Year Without Santa Claus, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Well, yeah, those are all
the classics.
now. So Megan mentioned Rudolph, so I have to tell the story. So when Megan was, I don't know, she was pretty young. She like 4 years old, maybe. I don't know. You were older than 2, because usually in these stories you're 2. But I don't remember. You were such a big fan of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that you would watch the movie all year round. You know, it did not have to be for Christmas for you. And I remember one time you wanted to watch it, and your mom and I didn't want to watch it. So we're like, look, we're going to watch something else. I'll put that on the computer for you. And so I put it on the computer, and you start watching it. And then all of a sudden I hear you yell, "Daddy, they're talking funny." And I was like, what in the world? And I come in here, come in here to the computer room, and sure enough, it was set on the French track. So they were all speaking French.
Oh, funny.
Oui, oui, monsieur.
Oui, oui.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And I was like, "What, Megan? You don't want to hear Rudolph talking French?" No. Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, Christmas with the Cranks stars Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, which it's a fun movie. That I would give that an honorable mention.
Yep.
Probably not in my top ones, but definitely an honorable mention.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we better wrap up because we've got our special show in about an hour for our Ko-fi listeners.
Oh, Angie went. Oh yeah, Angie, go ahead.
Oh, I missed that. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say we don't have time. It's fine. I was just gonna say. So my top 5 are my number 5 is obviously Die Hard because I mean, you know, it's Die Hard.
Right.
Plus it has Snape in there, so like I'm just saying.
Alan
I'm a
Rickman.
huge Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
And then my number 4 is The Christmas Story because I watch that every single year.
Mhm.
And then number 3 is It's a Wonderful Life because it's a classic. And then number 2 is White Christmas. And up until like 10 years or so ago, White Christmas was actually number 1. But then I found the movie While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock. Which is kind of like a cute little, you know, rom-com, whatever. And then also The Nativity, because obviously with me being a Christian, that's like my favorite. So
Very cool.
Yeah. But I just
Right
want to share
on.
that.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
she
you
gets
make
bonus points for liking Die Hard. Just saying.
None of us picked Batman Returns. That's a Christmas movie too.
Oh, good call. Good call. I would go for that.
Might have to watch that in the next week. Hey, it counts, man. It happens at Christmas time.
That's
Come on.
right.
I mean, they're even lighting the Christmas tree in Gotham City. Yeah.
Right. And he's killing people. Just saying.
So did Santa. Just saying.
Oh, goodness. Well, hey, everybody, please sure to check us out on our Ko-fi page. If that's just kind of where we ask. It's kind of like Patreon, but it's our, spot where you can support us. We do have 3 tiers: $1, $2, $3. If you do $1, just $1 today, you get access here in about an hour. We're going to go live in a special webinar where we're going to watch Santa Conquers the Martians, excuse me. Santa Conquers the Martians, 1964 film. And we're just going to do it Mystery Science Theater 3000. We're going to be talking through the whole movie, laughing. And so if you haven't seen our reaction to the trailer yet, you can get on there and do that. And then and so we're thinking about doing some interesting things and fun stuff through that. But please check us out at ko-fi.com/2geeks.
And speaking of that, I'd like to give a shout out to our supporters: Josh Wilson, Derek from 3 Geeky Dads, our own Megan, my wife Brenda, the 3 Geeky Dads podcast, and our own Angie, Sage Page Omega, and Go for Fluffernut. Thank you guys for being supporters. We appreciate it.
Yep, we do. So you help us pay for StreamYard. You help us pay for our Podbean hosting service and stuff. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much. So if you just do $1 today, you can join in with us. It'd be great. Or afterwards, if it's after, if you're getting this later, just $1 will get you in where it will already be there. If it's after the fact, we'll have the video up for those who support us at the minimum $1 level. So that's kind of the dealioso with that. So, but if you want to get all things 2 Geeks, please check out our website, www.2geeksmike.com, 2geeksmike.com. And there is our hub for all things 2 Geeks. So you can get to our merch page, our Ko-fi page, our Audible page. I think so. Did I set up our Audible page? I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I did. Wah, wah. Well, I'll get that. Right. So it'll be a lot of fun. So please check us out there as well. Anything else, Mike?
Just to make sure that you go like us on Facebook, like and follow us on Facebook. And if you watch us on YouTube, please go and like and subscribe on YouTube. That way you get notifications when we do go live. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So wherever you can find us, go and like us if you can, leave a comment, so on and so forth.
Right on.
Right.
Okay. Cool beans. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you in about an hour on our Ko-fi site. So see you there.
All right. With that said, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. In the morning, I'm getting a CAT scan. Thank you for joining us today on the 2 Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
may the force be with you.